Ladies and gentlemen, we can celebrate.
Okay, old satellites, cricketers, Ladies and gentlemen, the first item of the day is a college song. Will all of you please stand up and sing the college song?
Where the ground and window posing, just a minute yet to play. Play up central, no reposing on the games of yesterday. Now's the time for combined action, pass the ball from man to man. Never selfish, play no faction, global war since sports began. Central rally for the student, take the field with one accord. Keep your courage cool and keen, then central flag must never be lost. On the field of life and striving, keep your honor true and bright. Play up central, ever thriving on the fruits of grace and life. For your comrades of the old days, scattered day for your school and for her to praise, live in service, glad and free. Central rally for the student, take the field with one accord. Keep your courage cool and clean, then Central's flag must never be lost.
Yet observe 2-minute silence for Mr. Kansami, the former Vice Principal Jaffna Central, who passed away recently in Sri Lanka. Will all of you please get up and observe 2-minute silence in honor of you. Thank you. Okay, please be seated. Thank you. I shall call upon Mr. Ratnasingham, a member of the staff, former member of the staff of Jaffna Central, to speak a few words about our guests of honor, especially Mr. Ratnasingham, and also about Mr. Ratnasingham, as he has been a contemporary and he has been teaching most of the time along with him. I shall call upon Mr. Ratnasingham to say a few words.
Mr. Chairman, our Chief Guest, Mr. Ratnasingham, Centralites, and our guests, you're all welcome today. I consider, and I'm sure all of us Centralites, we consider a privilege to have Mr. and Mrs. Ratnasingham here as chief guests of ours. It's a very strange coincidence. In fact, I don't think any one of us expected Mr. and Mrs. Ratnasingham to be here with us today, but their surprise appearance in London has made it so very pleasant today for them to be with us. Mr. Ratnasingham has been with me at Jaffna Central, and he was my vice principal. He was also the principal, and he had been in the administration for over a decade. And while I was with him, he showed himself to be a very capable, very amiable, and a very desirable type of principal. I'm sure I don't need to introduce him to most of the Centralites over here. You know him so well. But those of you who may not know him, I would like to tell you that he is not a very eventful principal, but the type of principal that school really needs. He is very firm, very frank, and very fair. He is very quiet, and he ran the school in a very, very efficient manner. In fact, most of you, the students of Jaffna Central here assembled today, who are my students and his students, would definitely know that he had been a very, very amiable, lovable principal of that school. He had shown his abilities as a scholar. He is a very good Tamil writer, equally good in his English too, and a drama producer. And he loved his children, and children loved him equally. He had no disciplinary problems at all during his tenure of office. He had he understood the children's needs, and he always understood children's behavior problems. I don't want to say much about anything else because I'll be taking too much of your time. And only thing I would finally say that I know him so very well and I like him so much, and as a teacher under him, I enjoyed my teaching. And I'm sure not large number of my colleagues, I'm sure there's another colleague of mine, one Mr. Tarcisius, he too would vouch to my statement that we really enjoyed teaching under him. And you will, having introduced him to you in a little way, I would also like to tell you that the students of Jaffna Central at the moment here have joined with the students of various other schools here, and they cooperate so very well, and they have shown that cricket really unites them. And this unity is brought about by one important personality here, and I hope you will permit me to say his name, that is Dr. Ratnasingham, who is the kingpin of the whole movement. And his wife gives him enough support for all the assistance that he provides for these students who are really working hard towards playing the game in the real way that is played here. And we are really proud of our students over here, and their behavior is really exemplary. And I would say that there are certain real people who are guiding them, like Mr. Balraja and so many others here. And particularly our old students like Sivakumar, Anuruddhan, Singham, and so many host of others who are here, which Mr. Ratnasingham will be very proud to hear about what they are doing here. And he would be already informed about what they are doing. I'm sure he wouldn't like me to stand between you and him. And I welcome him to say a few words today, and I call upon him to address you.
Chairman, Dr. Thurasingham, Mr. Putrasingham, members of the OBA and the other cricket committees, colleagues of mine who are present here, and other friends. My wife and I are very thankful to the committee and to others who were good enough to invite us to this function, the Cricketers' Night. It is indeed a pleasure to meet some of the past students, colleagues, elder members of the OBA and other friends in a place so far away from our motherland. Unfavorable circumstances and difficulties have driven us far and wide. But every dark cloud has a silver lining. Every crisis offers an opportunity. Though we are scattered, we have learned to survive and perhaps thrive by contributing our share to the progress and development of the places that have given us shelter. The cricket night that you have organized today, Mr. Putrasingham mentioned some of the names. I am glad that they have been responsible for all the arrangement. The record you have set, the skill you have shown, the fame you have achieved in this game, all these indicate that you are contented here so far away from our place. Contentment contributes to happiness, and cricket seems to have provided that happiness to you. Cricket is regarded as the king of sports, and those who play cricket have learned the habit of striving and winning the game. Even in life, they have done that. Cricket originated in England. They say it was introduced into Jaffna by two Englishmen. One was principal of Jaffna Central College. The other was principal of St. John's College, Jaffna. In the year 1881, when they started this game, the school team consisted of the principal, a few teachers, and senior students. It is said that they played the game first wearing their national dress. It must have been a splendid sight to see them tuck up their verties. and play the game without having any difficulty with the long vertic. In order to increase the interest and the popularity of the game, both schools played against each other. That healthy rivalry and friendly competition still continues and is termed the big match of the North. After 1880, cricket became very popular. It has spread throughout the island, and we now have a Sri Lankan team, a national team. But it is very unfortunate that in that team we do not have any players selected from the North. Perhaps when the clouds of darkness disappear and the Board of Cricket Control revises its policy, cricketers from the outstations, including the North, will be able to make their contribution in international cricket competitions like the Test Series or World Series. Finally, I like to thank Mr. Puthrasingham for the kind words he said. Many good words were said about me. I do not know how far they are true, but I know that I did my duty well and I loved my students. Once again, my wife and I thank you very much for the honor that you have conferred on us by inviting us to this function. Thank you.
Now it's my duty to call Mr. Mahindran, a lawyer in cricket in this part of the world, who is also producing very good results with the West 3 team, which comprises mostly all boys of our school. And I'll call Mr. Mahindran to come and call the names of the players who are going to get the awards. Please come. Mrs. Mahindran will distribute the awards.
I'm correct, that is Mrs.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ratnasingham, I made a mistake, and my apologies for that. I think in my confusion, Mr. Ratnasingham, who is one of our guests of honor today, will distribute the awards. Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Today, the JCC OBA committee has decided to honor the players who has achieved the wonderful results in the last 2 years of the Festival of Cricket. The 2 years they have entered the tournament, they have come out with a cup. And of course, I'm sure you're all aware they'll be going for the hat-trick of triumphs on the 25th of May, the bank holiday Monday,